This is Q95 FM radio. It is Monday night and we are live and in living color for the In the Spotlight radio show. A warm welcome and pleasant good evening to you tuned in to the program tonight. Whatever medium you're using, whether it be 95.1 FM, if you're listening online via wiseq95da@gmail.com, using whether TuneIn or any other of those online radio apps. Those of you who are joining us live via Facebook, thank you for joining us. Beautiful, beautiful ladies in the studios tonight. Those of you listening to us outside of Dominica, especially those of you in Europe. Last week, Monday, I had some people up all 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning listening to the program. Gordon Henderson and Shannon, if you're up and locked in, we're happy to have you tonight. Those of you in the United States, in Canada, in the Caribbean, in whatever part of the world you are tuned in tonight, it is our pleasure to have you on the In the Spotlight radio show. It promises to be another, what should I say? I hope it's not going to be another emotional one for us tonight. But I have two lovely ladies in the studios and we'll hear from them in just a while. Remember, when the month of October started, I made the point that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, although the president of the Dominica Cancer Society, Yvonne Garraway, noted that they are paying attention to all forms of cancer during the Breast Cancer Awareness Month during the month of October. And also we are at the height of our reunion, independence celebrations, so we're doing a bit of that as well during the month of October. So last week Monday we actually had Raymond Lawrence here and it was a great program. The Monday before that we had Chanel Jolly Bethel on the program as well, and she's a cancer survivor. And tonight we have two other cancer survivors, and they're very brave ladies. One already brought me to tears already for the night, but you know, I'm going to contain myself. She's a brave lady and I suspect you are too, but she's a little braver. I think this one right there. She's pointing on the other one. We'll tell you who they are in just a while. Keep it locked. Just saying and acknowledging Josephine Gabriel and the Company Limited, the sole distributors of Barefoot Wine, Carlo Rossi and the Tuapita Water. We say hello to the folks at the Garraway Hotel. Thank you to Dominica News Online, who always displays the banner prominently once I make it available to them. So thank you to team and your team at Dominica News Online. We acknowledge and appreciate Innovate Multimedia, and we also say thank you to you, the listeners, and any and everyone who supports the In the Spotlight radio show. I always once in a while acknowledge Chemo Experience for our tripod that we used to go live via Facebook. It's not really anything professional per se in terms of what we do. We just have a handset and a tripod, and we give you an opportunity to see what's happening in the studios. So keep it locked to tonight's In the Spotlight radio show. Again, thank you so much for choosing us. I always say persons have options of other things they can listen, other things they can view, but you know, they choose this program. And I have to also comment that every single day I meet individuals who tell me that this program is a wonderful program that they enjoy listening to. I met a mom and her son at the credit union, and she told me her son is a bigger fan than she is of the program. I think once this program can do what the intention of it is to do, which is to bring forward the stories of our people, which can in turn help others, inspire others, motivate others, encourage others, give others courage, you know, as they go through the different stages in their lives. Once we can reach out to people and touch people, that's what we are about here in the Spotlight Radio Show. So thank you for choosing us. In just a while, we say goodnight to our lovely brave ladies in studios with us tonight as we observe Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the month of October, the walk. We're going to talk about the walk. Were you on the walk?
I'm Paul Michelle.
You did Paul Michelle, and you?
Could not make it.
We'll talk about that in a while, okay? Keep it locked. This is the In the Spotlight Radio Show.
In the Spotlight on Q95 FM Radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight, featuring people from all walks of life behind the spotlight, triumphs, dreams, hopes, aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of our people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, our public servants, youth, and the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no vote to buy. In the Spotlight will also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations.
What's the last
Don't
name?
miss In the
Your last name
Spotlight
again?
on
Your last
Q95
name, what's your
FM
last
Radio
name?
Romain.
every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight.
One-on-one with interesting personalities, educational and informative topics and issues, intriguing and entertaining. A must listen to. In the Spotlight, Monday nights from 8 p.m. on Q95.
You fine?
Yes. Catch up.
Huh?
I'm okay now.
You okay now? You relax a little?
Yeah.
Okay, my darling. Just pretend like nobody not listening, that it's just me and you all having a conversation.
Yeah.
And you'll be just fine. I like your afro, by the way. Yes, I like your hair.
On camera.
Yes, you're live on Facebook and you're live on this one. Oh my, look at my stuff in my hair.
Make you look nice.
All right, we're all set to go at 17 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour. I hope you're all relaxed and settled in. I know there's a particular dad on a Monday night, he would be busy in the kitchen, you know, preparing for the next day. Yes, he does that at the household. He knows himself. Good night to you, sir. I've not said hello to you in a while, but I know that you are a listener and a fan, a very, very big fan, and you listen every Monday night. Sabina, I'm happy to see you tonight. I hope you can make it through the program. 18 minutes past the hour as we begin our program tonight. Let me begin by saying good night to the two beautiful ladies who are in the studios with us tonight. And okay, thank you very much, Showin. We appreciate your assistance with that. Okay, so I'm going to begin with Dorothea, who is closer to me in terms of where she's sitting. Good night, my dear.
Good night.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, now tell me what is that you gave me to put in my hair?
This is a hair roll I did with mattress and white.
Madras and white, Dacron.
Yes.
And this is something that you sell
Yes, at my spot.
at your spot.
Yes.
We will talk about that spot later on. But it's beautiful. Thank you so
Yes,
much. I'm going to make
welcome.
sure that I wear it,
Yes.
especially on Creole Day.
It's independent and we've got to wear a little.
Yes.
mattress.
Does it go with my bun well? It goes
It
with me
does.
well? Yes. Wonderful. And let me say good night to Yvonne.
Yes.
Let me
Good
make sure I
night.
have your mic, Yvonne. Yes, go again.
Good night.
Good night, Yvonne. We got you now. How are you, Yvonne?
I'm doing well.
I like your afro. I like
Thank
the
you.
afro that you're sporting. That's your natural hair, right?
Growing now.
It's growing now. How was it before?
Bald.
It was bald head?
Yes.
Was it because of?
Because
or
of. Because of.
because of? And it's not growing back.
Right.
Okay, so we'll talk more about that in a while as well. Let me say thank you, first of all, to both of you for agreeing to be here with us tonight to share your stories. I think that, you know, it takes a lot of courage to be able to come on and to tell the world, you know, about something that's very private and personal. So I really would like to thank the both of you for being here tonight and for being willing to share your story. Mrs. Williams here, Yvonne here, was brave enough that she showed me a while ago and she just brought tears to my eyes. You show it to anybody?
Anybody.
Okay. I suspect I have it in store from you tonight. Yes? Yes. All right, let me just allow you as well to say good night to those who are listening to the program, your friends, your family, anybody you would like to say hi to. We can start off with that.
Okay, I want to say good evening. Good evening to my family at Stock Farm and also my extended family. I know my son in St. Lucia is listening, Gershon. And also my brother in England promised me also that he will be listening. I also want to say good evening to Kahaliawe, all members. I know they are a big support. And also to the supporters of the Cancer Society.
Yvonne.
I would like to say good evening to my family, my husband, my daughter Ayana, she's so good to me, my brother.
It's okay, Yvonne. It's okay, it's okay. It's all right.
My brothers and sisters that was there for me, Mr. and Mrs. Weeks, and all the supporters of the Cancer Society, which I belong, and my doctor, Dr. Theodore Thomas, that was always there for me too at the hospital, and everybody that played parts in whatever way we did that I did my operation and so to be there for me.
All right. You're going to be strong tonight, my darling, okay? I'm going to help you. I promise you I'm not going to break down. I'm going to try. You made me break down already outside. But in here, I'm going to try my best to be strong with you. And Dorothea, you seem to be the pillar. So you are going to have to help Yvonne for us tonight, okay? Because Yvonne seems to be a little, you know, still sensitive about the whole situation, and even we understand that. We understand that. I have not been through what you've been through. You know what you've been through, and only you know what you feel, and only you know who has been there for you while you went through what you went through, because I would understand that at a time like that, you need family.
Yes.
You need family and you need friends.
Yes.
And I know once you started talking about those who were there for you, that's when you broke down. Why did you break down at that point though, Yvonne?
Especially for my daughter.
Especially for your daughter. How old is your daughter?
She's 40 now.
She's 40?
Yes.
40.
She was diagnosed with cancer of her palate. if I get my own.
Are you
My
serious?
mom died with cancer of the throat.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How is your daughter?
My daughter work at PSU, you know.
Oh,
I am a
really?
nurse.
Okay, but how is she?
She's good.
She's good.
Yes.
She's good. Is she cancer free?
Yes.
She's cancer free.
Yes.
Okay, thank God for that. Thank God for
I
that.
had my share also.
I can imagine, Dorothea.
Because I lost my sister, she was 50 of breast cancer. I lost my niece at 14. She had leukemia. And I lost my nephew, Leonard Riviere, who was a custom officer. Also lost my mother over 30 years of cancer in her womb. So I guess it's in my family.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
You lost about 4 or 5 people.
Yes.
And,
Yes, I did.
and you lost your
My
mom, and your
My
daughter was diagnosed, and you were diagnosed.
After, yes.
Oh my, this is tough. This
And
is
I
definitely.
find my daughter is very strong.
She's very strong.
That's why I have to be strong when I did mine.
Hmm.
Yes.
So she was strong for you.
Yes.
Okay. Before we get into the stories, the cancer stories, let us get to know a bit more about you ladies. Okay, and I want smiles. Yvonne, can I get a smile?
Yes.
All right, my darling. All right, Yvonne, let us start off with you. Tell me a bit about you and where you're from and your family. Let us get to know you a bit more.
Okay.
You can start whatever way you wish.
My name is Yvonne Williams. I'm from Bath Estate.
What part of Bath Estate?
I don't know the part. All I know is Royal Bank Housing Scheme.
Royal Bank Housing Scheme. That's where you live.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Tell me about. You spoke about your mom who passed from cancer. Tell me a bit about her. What was she like? What did she do?
Oh, my mom was very strict, especially with me. Because when I was growing up, I didn't know my dad. My dad left my mother pregnant 3 months, in 1958.
With you.
With me in her tummy, and he went up to England. Like, maybe it's family shipping because my mother was black and he had bipolar.
Oh.
You know, in those days, they looking for callers in those days. So my daddy left in April 1958, and I was born on the 9th of October 58. Yes, I didn't know my daddy. I grew up with my stepfather and my mommy.
So you never got to know him?
I got to know him, that's a long story.
Give us a little bit.
I got to know my daddy in 1980 for my first time. I was 22 years old with my little girl, Ayana. And when my granny tell me, look, my daddy and so on, I had the hatred in my heart already. So I didn't really take him on. But in 1994, I was in Antigua working, so I said, let me come and see my 2 children because they're with my mom. In boarding the plane, I saw a man sitting there with my Uncle Jerry Healer. So I said, what Uncle Jerry doing in the airport and so on? So when I walked up, I said, I'm not Uncle Jerry, what people looking alike. So I left him and I moved. When the number for the flight call, I went on the plane. So when I went on the plane, he came to sit by me. And at the same time, we start talking, trying something. But I watch him all the time and I find me looking like my family too much.
And he look like you too?
Yeah, that's right. So we got talking and talking, so I ask him questions. I tell him, who is this girlfriend he left in 58? He told me Molly Casimir Riley, that's my mom. Then I asked him if he have any children in Dominica. He said no, so that one shook me up a little bit.
Oh, so he didn't know about you?
He knew me because
He knew of you. He knew
yes,
your mom was
right,
pregnant when
right,
he
and
left.
everything, yes, but he never really checked no vibes and stuff.
I see.
So in talking and so, when we always record group, and so I told him, who is this family in Dominica? He went to, and he started to tell me my granny, my auntie, everybody had raised me up. So I tell him, well, I'm your daughter. So he started crying and hugging me, and me crying, everybody crying, the pilots watching, everybody watching, and so on. So when I went down from the plane in Kenfield Airport, my auntie and them was there and they said, Yvonne, look your father there, you know. I said, my father was on the plane. I don't see that man there. But we had better riding. So when I came out, they telling him, look, his daughter, you know, and thing, and then I tell him, all I do, my man, you're in the street, so he'll check me there. Early morning, my daddy only by 5 o'clock, you know, in the morning. He was so shocked to see a nice daughter like me, you know, long hair, nice body.
Yes, I can see you had a little curves vibe going on there, you know.
Every day he coming for me to go out, and when he go out in the road, he's hugging kisses, so people used to think maybe he's my boyfriend, a white man I get. Up to now, people telling me where's the white man I had.
Oh my goodness, and
So
that was your
my daddy,
father.
yes.
So you all built a good relationship
Oh yes,
after that?
yes, he bought me a house in that festival.
He did,
Yeah.
but he made up.
Oh yes.
He made up. He
We
made
nice.
up well.
We nice, we nice.
Is he still alive?
He's in England.
He's in England. Okay, you get to see him occasionally?
Well, I don't think he'll be able to come down again. He's
Okay.
in his 80s and
Okay.
his mother just died 104 years.
Okay.
Mhm.
Alright.
So I don't think he'll really want to come down, but we correspond by the phone, you know, and so.
That's important. Keep the relationship
Yes,
going. Keep the
sometimes,
relationship.
you know, it's a little change for me.
That's good. You know, the pounds, when you
Yeah.
change it, is a lot more.
You
You
come
know?
out good, yeah.
Yes. I'm coming to you in a while, Dorothea. But what do you do, Yvonne?
I'm unemployed because I can't work now.
You
because
can't-
I got the breast.
You're
I
unable
can't
to
do
work.
certain things, especially when I have the hand and so, you know. So I have to cool out for a little while until
Okay.
I can get something to do and I can work.
Okay. Alright, but you miss working? Do you?
Yeah, I miss to have my money in my hand.
I know.
Every time I have to ask somebody for something.
You don't like that?
No. Sometimes I go in my room and my husband go and my children go to school and I still cry.
Oh my. Let her cry. Let her cry. You're gonna be alright though, Yvonne. You know that, right? You're going to be alright because you survived this already. You've gotten this far. You are going to be alright. Don't you worry. You are going to be alright. Let us let Yvonne recover a bit and let us come to Dorothea. Dorothea, Yvonne is going to be alright, right?
She will be alright.
She will be alright. Dorothea, let's talk about you a bit.
Okay, I'm 59 years old.
You are?
Yes, I am. And I'm young and going.
That's right. Okay, we're making Yvonne laugh. So that's good.
Yes, my mother is from St. Joseph. My father is from Campbell. And I kind of raised up in Maho and there's a place they call Niba. I raised up with my 6 brothers. We used to leave Niba and go to Warner School. We used to walk and go to Warner School. I was very young, about 8-9 years. And when I reached the age of about 12, my parents, they had their garden in Niba. They heard of a place where there was a cemetery. They were supposed to have a cemetery, excuse me, a cemetery there, but then they decided they are not having the cemetery there, so people were going in there and build houses there. That's Gota village.
Oh.
So when my mother heard
A little history, a little story there for those of us who don't know.
when my mother heard about it, my mother spoke to my daddy and told him, look, it's a good opportunity to have a little place in town because we were way up in the country. And then they went in there and they built a house in Gota village. So that's where I finished grow up. I went to St. Martin's School. I didn't go to high school, but I was very, very good at my hands.
You're skilled.
Yes, and I used to do little needleworks and so. And I got married at a very, very early age.
How
I
soon
was
the Dorothea?
18 years when I got married.
18 years.
Yes, so it's been 40 years since I'm married to that beautiful husband of
What is that beautiful husband's name?
Mr. Roy Romain.
Mr. Roy Romain.
And if
Yeah, she said
And if I had to, I would marry him again.
again at 18 years again.
We've got 4 beautiful children, 3 girls and a boy. Probably you know Gersha, she does nails.
Yes.
Elegant nails. I have a daughter, she works at NDFD, and my last daughter, She made cakes and pastries.
So your children took your skills
Yes.
as well. They inherited that.
I can remember when I just got married. My husband used to work at Tropical Printers. I used to make baby booties, baby tops, baby vests, and go all Portsmouth selling. Even when I was pregnant, I had my bag on my head and my big stomach and my bag in my hand, and I go in all about selling. Made Rocher and all different people in Portsmouth. And when I come back home, I would have a good amount of money because during those days, what my husband was getting wasn't so much, you know. And we were planning our future. We were married already, but we had no kids yet. So far,
You are a hard-working woman.
It's been good.
Yes, and it seems so is Yvonne, because Yvonne is not able to work and it's causing her a lot of pain.
And both my husband and I, we are self-employed.
You're self-employed?
Self-employed. We have been self-employed. Well, I have been self-employed all my life.
Wow.
I raised my 4 children self-employed. My husband was working at Tropical Printers, but after a while he left. And he's designing the bags and I'm sewing the bags.
Is that so?
Yes, he used to be selling on the Bayfront.
Okay.
But after Maria, all his stuff, he lost his stuff, so we have that spot between Great George Street and Cox Street, same street with Digicel, close to Valentine's. So that's where we are. I have a lady working with me.
And you're doing well.
Yes.
Thank God for that.
Good enough. I have to praise Father Yahweh for that.
So besides what I have on my head, the gift that you brought to me tonight, right? What else do you do?
Oh, I make bow ties. I make long ties. I make sashes. I make Creole outfits. I make like the traditional pieces. I make little boy suits. I make dash gift for men. I make men's shirts.
But I know your store.
Well, of course you should.
Right there.
Yes, I'm right on the side of the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really hope that people come out and patronize you even more after the program tonight.
Oh, I don't want to I want them to come out too much. They cover me up. But I'm thankful. I'm very much thankful for that.
Thank God for that.
In spite of everything.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that. And the interesting part about this is that you're saying you and your husband work together.
Yes, we
you
do.
know, to make things happen.
Yes.
And I think that's really good. And you realize from a very early age that you had blessed hands.
Yes.
And you make those blessed hands work for you.
And they are still working in spite of my...
Yes, we're good.
Because when I push or pull too much, I feel all under my armpits.
Me too.
So I have to be very careful how I use my left hands.
Look, somebody's telling me they cannot continue viewing the
Wow.
program.
I want
They're
them
saying
to
it's a
view.
bit rough.
No, they have to view. Let them view.
They want you all to view. They want you all
I
to
want
view.
View.
I mean, people are putting all kinds of comments there for you, ladies. You know?
They have to view.
It's important that they view because we need to realize life. I mean, we come on this earth and we know we have to live. We don't know how we will live. And we need to make up our mind that we are just passing through and anything is possible because we still have that Adamic nature in us. We are not a body that cannot die, so anything is possible. And when things happen, we need to be strong because if we are not strong, that's when we die.
That is so true. And guess what? You all are survivors.
Yes.
For many years I am.
You all are survivors. I mean, you were just sharing with me, Yvonne, of a young lady who passed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
I just today learned of a friend of mine, a male friend of mine, you know, who is dealing with a different type of cancer. And honestly, it depresses me. It depresses me to hear about those stories.
It's not a nice thing to know.
But you know, you have to cheer up, right?
Yes.
Yvonne, I'm happy that you're saying that.
Yeah, because you know, sometimes according to what you
Because I know it's
say.
not your first and your last time you're gonna break down tonight. But it's
Well,
all
you know,
right.
it is already.
And we're there, don't worry.
And
And
I just had my
Dorothea is there.
operation.
She's holding you.
I just made my operation on the
I
4th of
suspect
May
yours is
last
very
year.
recent.
Yeah, last
you
year,
know.
and I just have a year now.
What about you, Dorothea? Are you?
I had one in 2003 in my right breast. When I first discovered my lung, I had to go to Guadeloupe. They operated me again after I they operated me here, and I had to do chemo and I had to do radiation.
Okay, all right.
And then it's later down I had the mastectomy.
We're gonna take each story on its own merits.
Yeah.
I wonder who's brave enough to go first.
She go first.
Dorothea, Yvonne is saying let Dorothea go first because you know what, Dorothea, Yvonne, and she will be there to hold your hand, which you're doing a good job, Dorothea. Thank you for that. You know, just providing that encouragement there that Yvonne needs, considering that she's a little bit more recent, you know. So Dorothea, let us talk about your story, your cancer story. What did you know about cancer even before? I know you said you had a few family members who died as a result of the disease. What did you know about it? What did you understand about it?
Well, I was about 20, between 19 or 20 years. When I had my niece living with me. That's the same sister of mine that died of cancer, but she was alive. But because that child was an outside child and wasn't her husband's child, she was living with me after I got married. She was young, she was just about 14 years. And I can remember one morning she woke up with the flu, and I sent her to the clinic to check. And when she came back, they gave her medication. The following day, she started taking the medication. And that was the Thursday. And Friday morning, when I woke up and I look at her, she had her period. When I look at her, I find her hands were kind of white. So I get scared. I was living just below the hospital. I called one of my brothers and I told him, let's take her to the hospital. When we took her to the hospital, when the one in charge of the lab came because they were making tests, he's asking, who's in charge of that child? And I said, it's I. And he said, you mean to tell me that child is sick so long and it's only now you bring in the child?
Oh my God.
So I said, she hasn't been sick so long. She just got the flu a couple of days and she went to doctor Wednesday, and today's Friday. I find a change in her. So I brought her here. And then he told us that they wanted blood for her. And they admitted her to the hospital. That was the Friday. And I tell you, she died this Sunday.
Oh my goodness.
And because of that, I got into a depression. Imagine, I went to the hospital probably 3 times in a day for a certain day, and they had no choice but put me in crazy house.
Oh my goodness.
They said I was depressed, I was just staring and I was looking strange. And when my husband came to see me, I slept there one night, and in the morning when my husband came to see me, he said that wasn't the place for me, because I was there and people were moving all around me, touching me up, you know, because I took it so hard, because I know she wasn't sick, she was healthy,
Yes.
she was full up and she was plump, and she was a lively child, and I never saw that she was sick. I only got to know about cancer when I called her father, who was in St. Croix. I called him and I told him that she had passed, and he told me, oh, because his mother died of cancer and he had a sister, which was her auntie, died of leukemia. So he said they had a trace. She had a trace, and as she got the flu, it just developed rapidly into cancer in the blood. So it's from there I start learning a little about cancer. And then later on, when my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer, they took out her breast. She had to go Barbados to do chemo and all that. But after a while, she died on her 50th birthday. And after my sister died, I promised myself I'd always check. Though nobody told me, I just decided I'm always going to check myself. Whenever I'm lying on the bed, sometimes I would just touch my breast and feel my breast. Until 2003, while touching my breast, I felt a lump on my right side of my breast. So I find it strange. So I say, I'm going to look at it. So I waited for a month. I touched it again, it was still there. So I decided I'm going to the clinic. So I went to the clinic or area and I told the nurse about it. She told me it's not nothing, man, it's just a ligament of your breast. But I said, but nurse, it wasn't there before, you know, and now it is there and it's still there, it hasn't disappeared. So it must be something. Anyway, she sent me home. My man's still on it. So one day while I'm home doing my work, I just feel a sharp pain in the same area. I said, that is a serious business. I have to do something.
Already knowing the history
Yes.
of your sister.
Yes. So I decided, I go to Dr. Paul. I went to Dr. Paul, we checked it, and then he did a biopsy. And when I went to get the results, I was kind of scared. You know?
What year was that?
2003.
2003. Okay. So you went to the result. You went for the result.
I went for the result.
You were afraid.
I was kind of scared. And when I reached, Dr. Paul told me, well, Mrs. Romain, I have patients, I have to tell them they have 6 months to live or they have 3 months to live, but that is not the case with you. So I felt relieved.
Because you were thinking, okay, fine, you don't have anything.
And he told me that the lump was cancerous and he wanted me to go to the hospital so they could clean around the lump and then they would make me get chemo and radiation. My husband was in St. Thomas at that time. When I went home, I told my children that they left and they went on the roof of the house. Because
they couldn't handle that.
It was hard for them. And when I called my husband, I had a brother in Guadeloupe too. They advised me to go Guadeloupe to seek a second opinion.
Okay, let me pause you for a moment. So you're sitting in the doctor's office. He first gives you that that bit of information which leads you to think, okay, it's not what I think it is. But then he says to you, you have a lump.
Yes.
And whatever the case might be.
It was cancerous.
You leave the doctor's office. What is going through your mind?
Oh, I leave the doctor's office and I say, you know what? I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray about it. And I'm going to go to church. And I'm going to ask people to pray with me. Because I raise up in Kahaliawe and they are very, very supportive. Before they hear somebody has a headache, we call in prayer, we fast in. So I say, oh, we have to do a fast. But it's still in the back of my mind because I just hear it for the first time. I still wondering how am I going to break it down to the children because we are so neatly together. We are me and my children, we are very, very close. Even my boy, we are very, very close. And I'm wondering how am I going to tell them? But at the same time, I've been reading things, you know, reading about cancer. And I'm always seeing where it says, depends on your immune system. You know, even when you catch it early, depends on your immune system. If it's strong, you are able to survive much more than somebody that is weak. So I said, you know, I have to be strong. I have to be strong for me and I have to be strong for my family.
And for you as well, because once you felt that lump, although you waited a month thereabout, you realized that you had to get this checked.
Yes.
So I guess you would have captured it early.
Yes, that was
so that in itself is already a message that once you feel that lump, go check it out.
Even before you feel the lump, you have to search. Always search to find out whether there's a lump.
Well, every time I go by my gyno, he searches it.
You have to search for yourself.
I can't say that I've actually ever searched for myself.
You should practice that.
I should practice it.
Yes.
So it's just about feeling. Oh, okay. Yes. Dorothea and Yvonne will teach me
tonight. Your head when you're lying flat down, and you use the other hand to feel.
Okay.
You know.
I swear I've never done it myself.
And listen, Fern.
I like that Fern. You can call me Fern, my darling.
If you're always checking, the day there's a difference,
you will know.
Yes.
You will know.
That is important. I think that's an important
very,
message
very
that we need to get out to well, not just the ladies, because men also get breast cancer as well. So I guess men should also check. So Dorothea, let us talk some more about what the process, where the process took you after that.
It took me to Guadeloupe.
It took you to what?
In Guadeloupe, I had to do chemotherapy. When they checked me again, they
How
told me-
long after did you?
About a couple months. I did not
months.
waste time.
You made your way.
Yes, because I realized that's serious, you know. Because I see my sister go, and I need to stay. I'm not ready to go yet, you know. So I did chemo, but listen, I did chemo, and I promised myself, even while I'm sitting here, I promised myself I'll never do chemo again.
Are you serious?
I'll never do chemo again. Chemo kills you even before it kills the cancer.
Before cancer kills you.
Yes. Most people die, it's not out of the cancer, but of chemo.
Tell me what the chemo experience is like, Dorothea.
The chemo, the first time I took my dose of chemo, oh, I was strong. I was feeling, I saying, but that's not
That
nothing.
nice.
Because I heard people talk about chemo, how bad it is. When the second time arrived, but before the chemo, they always have to test your blood, because if it's not up to standard, they won't give you the chemo.
Okay.
Because it breaks down the white cell while it's getting rid of the cancer. When I take my second dose, by the time I was taking it, I was vomiting right inside the hospital where I was taking the chemo. And after a while, I developed a non-liking for the scent of the chemo. Because when you watch it as a liquid, it looking like sunlight. It greenish oranges, a funny color, and it has a funny smell. And by the time I had my third dose, because I had to take 6, my hair started dropping. And after, by the time I had 4 doses, I had no hair on my head.
Wow.
That was in 2003. And I tried. Imagine I was in Guadeloupe, and they asked me to wait and take all 6 doses. I could not take it because I wanted, after chemo, I wanted to be around my family. Because it used to have me so weak. I used to feel like I'm dead. Tears used to just, I'm not crying, but tears just running down my eyes. I'm so weak, I cannot do much. I used to be blending spinach, you know, in my bullets, my NutriBullets, for me to drink, just to build up my blood after every dose of chemo. Because I know whenever I go back for the chemo, if the blood is not up to standard, I won't get more chemo.
Had you lost weight?
No.
You didn't lose weight?
No, I used to eat well.
When you lost your hair and you went into the mirror, what happened? What did you think?
I didn't really cry, no? Because I was expecting it. As I told you, I did my research.
You were prepared mentally.
Yes, I did my research, and when it happened, I just know it's one step at a time. And I keep on saying to myself, I'll get there. And I had my prayer warriors in the Assembly of God praying for me, who fasting. I was in Guadeloupe and people were in Dominica fasting for me. And let me tell you, if you are close to Yahweh and you ask Him for something, He'll give it to you. But you just have to believe. You have to believe. And I went through the chemo, I went through radiation. Radiation wasn't bad.
Okay.
It was just normal.
Did you do the full 6 doses?
Yes, I
of the
did.
chemo?
And after that, I was all right.
You were all right.
All right, my hair started growing back, and I started getting back to where I was. I had it on my mind, you know, like when you're sick, even though you're not very, very sick, but if you have something hurting you, every now and then your mind will come on it. And I can always remember people usually say, boy, when you see you have cancer, it does never go away.
Your
It
cancer
does
went
never-
away.
It went away for a while until it came back.
Let us talk about that.
It was 2009.
6 years later.
Yes, I developed another lump
Same breast?
in my left breast.
Okay.
So
So the first one was the right breast.
Right,
But
yes.
you had not done a mastectomy for that one.
No, they say
Okay.
I had no need.
It
to
was
do that.
fine.
Yes.
Okay.
I developed a lump in my left breast. So I went to Dr. Farrer because at that time I think either Dr. Paul was sick or he wasn't around. And Dr. Farrer did me a biopsy right on his table downstairs, his building, which was, oh, but it was terrible because I was bleeding there, you know, and so. But anyway, I knew I went through it a first time, I could go through it a second time. And when he got the result, he told me it wasn't cancerous. So I was happy for that. That was another stage of my life. I was worried during that time, wondering if it really came back, you know, in spite of everything. And then in 2015.
6 years again.
Yes.
6 year spans? That's interesting.
Yes, 2015. I developed another lump in my left breast again.
The left?
Yes.
The same one that in 2009 that you checked and
yes.
whatever.
And when I went to doctor, well, they say they have no need of keeping the breast. Seeing it's like he said, Dr. Thomas, he said I was at high risk.
Okay.
Seeing I had it already and I just took up a lump a couple of years, so he said it's best. But I keep on asking him what stage, because I can remember when Dr. Paul took out my first lump, I asked him what stage it was and he told me it was in the first stage.
Okay.
And up till now, I don't know what stage it was, and I had a biopsy. I had my breast removed, and I never get to know what stage it was.
Are you saying that probably if you knew what stage it was, that probably your decision might have been different?
Maybe I could have saved my breast, you know?
Breast.
But I keep on asking him what stage. He just told me that I need to take out the breast.
Okay.
But I went home, my children put me in front of a computer and they researched, we watched how they were doing it and what happened after, or what happened before and after. Imagine I went to hospital, I make all my nighties, my pantsuit, and I make all they open because I know it's on that side. They tell me I'm going to have a bag hanging there. So I make my special clothes so that when they put the bag, it wouldn't disturb me or it wouldn't hurt me. So see me in hospital, in spite of everything, I had my little pantsuit and my hair, bowing my hair to head to match. I had to lively up myself. I say to myself, oh no, I'm not dying, so I cannot just go in the hospital and lie down like it's dying because I'm losing my breast. I think my husband had a lot of breasts for all those many years we got married. And I fed all my 4 children, you know? So I say it's okay if I lose a breast. My husband loved me even more without the breast. He has never changed towards me, never changed towards me, even with one breast. So it's not a problem. And I'm living my life.
You're living your life.
In Yahweh.
Tell me about the day that you had the operation.
The day I had the operation, well, I didn't really take it too hard because it's like I knew what I was expecting. As I told you, in life, I mean, we come, we don't know how we go in. And we need to say to ourselves, we are not gods, right? It's gods, whether it's a God made of stone or a God made of sand. The Heavenly Father, which his name is Yahweh, he's ever living and he can never die. But we will die. We don't know when, we don't know how, we don't know where. So we have to always be prepared. So in life, you have to prepare for everything that's coming your way. And I tell you, if you are not strong, you won't make it long. So I always try to build myself. My family, we always pray together. We always have Bible studies. We always have discussions. If something bothers me, we try not to leave it for 2 days. We sit down, we have family get-together, family meetings. We discuss it and we solve our problem one time. So at that time, that can't leave me with no heavy heart, you know. So I practice myself. So when I did that operation, I just knew, well, I lost my breast.
Yes.
And even when they come to visit me, I was still making them laugh.
Mm-hmm. And I know you indicated that probably the doctor didn't exactly tell you, you know, what stage you were, or that all he told you is that you were high risk. Probably he was right. He was right.
Yes, I think he was right.
I think he was.
And let me tell you
right
also,
here because at that point, knowing your family history, knowing you had already had a situation there, I think it might have been the best decision.
Because there was a student doctor with him when I was asking that question, and she pulled me aside and she told me, listen, there are people that are in stage 4 and people in stage 1. And the people in stage 4 sometimes survive and the stage 1 does not survive.
Yes.
It's because of how they take it. So she told me, you just need to be strong no matter what stage. If you are not strong, you won't survive.
Well, you're definitely a strong woman. You're strong, you're powerful. And I think that, you know, having gone through what you've gone through, a first stage, well, having lost your niece, other family members.
And my mother too.
Your
died.
mom.
She had it in her womb. She died at 60 years.
Oh
I'll
my.
be 60 next year.
And you're here still.
I'm here still. I'm going to be here for some more years.
Yes.
He promised me 70 years. Yahweh promised me 70 years. I'm going to claim that 70 years.
Oh, you're an inspiration.
Yes.
You're truly an inspiration. You know, you broke me down a moment there. While you're laughing, I'm tearing up because when you started talking about the fact that you made your clothes and you cut it there, and I'm saying, there's no way I would have been able to do that. There is no way.
I was fully prepared. I was fully prepared.
There is no way. And I admired the fact that you said your husband, it made no difference to him.
No difference.
And I think having that kind of family support is so important. And having the man whom your life partner,
Yes,
as your
since I was
partner,
18.
this is the person that you lay down in bed with at night, you know, or whenever, you know.
When I was sleeping, he used to wake up and feed the children.
There you go, you know. So it's like, you know, you'd probably think a woman would be concerned as to not being all woman for her husband, her partner, whatever the case is.
I'm still woman.
You're still woman. Say Saki Fan. Dorothea very confidently says, I am still woman.
Definitely.
Yes.
I've not gone to sleep yet.
No. I love your spirit.
Yes.
And I'm happy that you're here with Yvonne tonight.
Yes, Yvonne.
You know, I really love your spirit.
Very good.
Not many people are able to handle those kinds of situations the way that you have handled that. I'm telling you, I'm going to take it more member. Much less to be making clothes. Listen, Dorothea, I had an eye operation, and as soon as the operation was done, I started crying.
Oh my God.
Yes. And the doctor says to me, you know, you can't cry. You just had an operation. You know. But definitely. We're going to take a break, Yvonne. Are you ready to talk to us?
Yeah, I am.
Dorothea is there, okay?
Yes.
She's holding your hand.
We went to school together.
You really?
Yes.
And you all are two beautiful ladies. I'm so happy to have you all in the studios tonight. And you have quite a few people viewing and listening via the radio. And I think they're very encouraged by your strength, by your stories. And, you know, again, thank you for agreeing to share. It is really greatly appreciated. We're just going to take a quick break and we're coming right back so we can talk to Yvonne.
Yes.
On 95 FM radio.
Dorothea.
Still taking my back shot.
They can hear you. They can see you. Oh, they didn't hear that, right?
They don't hear that.
Oh, they didn't hear that. Oh my God.
No, we don't have to hear.
culture.
So we're still live on Facebook, eh? So, or you can talk, but just, you know.
I'm enjoying life.
You're enjoying life.
There's always a good like that.
No holds barred. In the spotlight, also the spotlight is interesting topics.
Listen, I don't know, Dorothea.
Don't be
That would have just been, you know, that would have just been crazy.
I'm not pretending.
No, you can't pretend.
She was always a good like that.
I realize you're not pretending at all.
She's a brave girl.
Wow. Twice.
Online with interesting personalities,
not
educational
done.
and informative
Yeah,
topics
it's not
and
done
issues,
yet.
intriguing and entertaining. A must listen to. In the
I
spotlight,
made some
Monday
tests
nights
and
from
the
8
result
p.m.
last
on
week.
Q95.
We're not even going to talk about that. We'll talk about it after Yvonne.
Yeah, I think so.
in the
Are you
spotlight.
kidding me?
Plenty, man. Plenty.
Every Monday night from 8 p.m. in the spotlight, featuring people from all walks of Dominican life, spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams, hopes, and aspirations.
It's the side and it's still like faith was up.
And personal side of all people in politics, religion, sports.
If you don't have faith, you cannot make it.
Culture.
Lord Jesus, I pray to you that I never have to deal with that.
Can happen to anyone.
It can.
Anything. One day just get
Yes. I must say though, it's not something that I've known in my family.
Not to worry about family.
Also
Because
spotlight
when I spoke to my
interesting
doctor,
topics,
Dr. Thomas,
issues,
and
and
the
relevant
oncologist, he
situations.
said that there are not to be family, you know,
In the
you can just come.
spotlight on
Sometimes it's like when you have a little pimple by your face, they never state it tell me.
8 p.m.
Sometimes it's one that is there. Yeah.
You're joking.
Yes, he told me that. Because I had cervical thing on my breast, you know, like a little pimple, but after just go away. And that's the time it will be numb in my own. So I wanted to go and visit the pimple, saying maybe it's a boy that coming out there, but I remember my mother and my daughter. And then I said, well, you know that over there. And left it. It disappeared, but when it disappeared, now it's showing you lump. So you cannot bust things on your face or anything. You say blackhead and pimple, you don't know.
Okay.
Ready? So then I ask him the question. So.
Yes.
The strength of these lovely ladies here in studios, that's the kind of strength that I need, especially your kind of strength, Dorothea. I need your strength, I need your spirit. I mean, I have it, but I don't know when anything is happening in my life that is something difficult, I don't handle difficult things very well, or difficult situations very well, you know. I must admit I break down very easily, you know. I don't know how to deal with, you know, with tough situations, but I think the next time I have a tough situation, I'm gonna come look for you.
Oh, I roll your hand.
I tell you, I think so. I definitely think so. I think so. So we heard from Dorothea, and Dorothea is also telling me that she did some tests last week, but we will come back to that in a while, because I hope the news that you're going to give me is not, or me and the viewers and the listeners, is not news that we want to hear. But we'll come back to you, Dorothea, in a while after we hear from Yvonne. Yes. Yvonne, my dear, we are back with you. Okay?
Yes.
Remember, Dorothea is there.
Yes.
She's a pillar of strength.
Yes.
And she's going to help you.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
If you feel like crying, it's all right. You've been through this very recently. And so, you know, I totally understand and can understand that you still feel, you know, the way that you feel. Let us talk, Yvonne, about the couple members of your family who have gone through this particular situation before we talk about your situation.
When I started with my mom, my mom was diagnosed, I can't remember, it was 2007, but around that time, I got married at 2008, and she died 2009. So I think it's my sister, my big sister Claudette Casino. She told me about my mom went to doctor and my mother used to lose her voice. She always talking loud, so I used to think it's just a loudness. She lost the voice without pain. And then my sister Claudette was I brought her to the doctor, Dr. Pascal, and they did the test and whatever, and it came back that she had cancer of the throat. So when they told me that, I think I was a nervous wreck that time.
I believe that.
Me and my mother had a good relationship, So when I knew the news, I think I was losing my brain. And then they bring her to doctor as usual, for them to get the test like what I do and so on. And then I find my mother one day when I come to visit my mother. I see my mother have a big hole there by her neck, like it was already making stage 2 come, maybe stage 5 or whatever. So when I go and see her, I break down and so on. But even at the beginning, my sisters and my big brother, we were not agreeing in that kind of a way because all of us had rage. I don't know if it's because we see me come like that.
Yes.
It's like we didn't have no good relationship. At the time, my mother was sick there. So I live in Belfast, it's off and on and then check my mother, and so. And when I came one day, I saw my niece there, Chanel, and I feel my sister was there. They were saying they wanted to bring her to the hospital to dress. So I said, okay, I'll go with her. I went with her, and when I went in the hospital in Dominic Water, he just took out the bandage, and I could see my mother inside. So I said, well, what? In my mind, I said, what's my mother gone? And she was in the weight. And when they finished dressing and so on, I tell the nurse, why have a smell and so on. And she said, we can use honey to put in it. We're cleaning it up tomorrow because it's not every day.
So you had to bring her, you were bringing her to the hospital?
I brought her to the hospital
to check, yes.
To change the bandage.
Yes.
No, I didn't know my mother had. I knew she had the bandage there, but that might not on that kind of big hole that I saw. So I said, what? In my mind, that's my mother had that there. So you want to cry, but you're still trying to keep up.
To be strong.
Yes, for her not to see me crying. And then, but she noticed I wanted to cry because she told me to be strong. And then they finished with her, they dressed up and so we went home. When we went home, she said, no, and so on, and then she would do talking. So I was talking to her, and then she would shake her head or, do something. And then she go on like that, so I want to visit her, until eventually they called me in June sometime and tell me, I just passed away.
That was what year?
I think it's 2009. Because in June, because I married that year and she died the next year. She was in my wedding the year, so she died the next year. And I said, wow, then cancer there, and so on. Anyway, it over with my mother. And then a couple years after, my daughter tell me, Mommy, I have a little button, little things in my throat, in my upper jaw, my palate. I say, what a little pimple. I tell her don't play with it, but anyway, she's a girl that making movement fast. She don't waste time. She cry, she in Jesus, she in everything. She moving quick. So I looked at me, Mommy, I want doctor, I want doctor. She went to doctor. And she went to Dr. Pascal. Dr. Pascal, they take a good piece to send to test. And when the test came back, it was cancer. She had 2 operations in her mouth. My daughter, she works at PSU. You know her? She has glasses.
Yes.
That's my daughter there.
Okay.
She made 2 operations. The first operation, the doctor took out whatever. So she had a big hole up there. And then I used to say, I don't know, my daughter going to make that now. She cannot eat, she cannot drink, she cannot do nothing. But she's a girl that's strong. You see how Dorothea is strong?
So she's stronger than you?
No, she's stronger than me. When it comes to those things here, she can deal with those things, but I can break down. And I go through that. Then it was carrying and so on, and then when she went back for the next checkup, the doctor must have seen some other things or whatever. He tell her she has to make another operation. The same place. This time you open it wider, check it out and feel, whatever. And she survived. She's still with me.
She's still with you. Thank God for that.
Then now, here comes Yvonne.
Yes.
I'm a diabetic, so when I go to doctor, they usually tell me, check my breast, check my this, check my that, and so. So when I had to go my checkup in the next four days, but I was bathing that morning. I usually check the breast. Me myself, I don't like clothes. At my home is naked I am. So I check in the breast, I put in my hand at the back and so on. When I reach to the right, I don't feel nothing in the right, but when I go to the left now, I feel a little long then as though I don't want to move. So I said, just what am going on there? So I know about the cancer business and so my brain burst some cancer.
One time.
So I said, yes, I go and tell the doctor that when I go to the health center for my checkup for the sugar, that I did. I met Dr. Nest there. She was only for the sugar I came with my medication and so. I tell the doctor, I would like you to check my breast for me, please. I see something there. She check it for me. Yeah. When she check it, she put her fingers like that and she tell me, that's 5 centimeters.
Right
she
there and then.
To me, but she tell me she was taking chances, so go and do a mammogram. She gave me paper, I go and do the mammogram very fast. When I went for the mammogram, the lady there took it for me and she told me, if the doctor called me back next day, is to do a scan. I tell her no problem, I'll come back. So they called me the next day and tell me if I can come in the morning. I said, okay, I come in the morning. So I didn't waste no time, I went one time.
Which is good.
I did the scan. So when she took the scan, now the monitor there, she told me watch the monitor.
You saw it.
And I see him thing big watching me there.
How she says that.
So I say, what story is that for me? This thing wrong and watching me and telling you. Anyway.
But what were you thinking at that time?
No, at that time I wasn't thinking of cancer story,
You still didn't think
no,
it was
no. I didn't have no cancer thing in my brain. Although I know my mother and my daughter.
Yes.
I just say maybe it's a lump that come, they'll take it out from.
Right. So you just figure it's something that can be removed.
Yeah, just take that.
Yes.
Okay. So when I took the what do you call it, this scan, the doctor gave me a letter and tell me I have to go to my doctor. So when I go back to Dr. Nesty, she gave me a letter to go to Dr. Thomas. Thomas. I went immediately one time next day.
Which is good. I like the way that you're moving.
I don't even make
acting
appointment
quickly.
I go.
You show up.
When I reach in the
Early
hospital,
detection.
the doctors tell me, the nurse tell me I have an appointment. I tell the nurse, well, I do not go to appointment, but I would like to see the doctor. They give me a letter. Tell me, hold on, I hold on. And I tell her, hold on, I tell her, I think I have a pain there. So she tell me, hold on and come. I said, lady, come on, you're going inside. I go inside. When I go inside, I give him the letter, he read it and everything. He tell me, you are not going home, and we're not going to theater. He cut it right there in the place in the office there. He said to lie down, it was a little bit not painful, like when you have a pressure, not pressing. He took off the piece, he gave it to the nurse in the bottle, they said to test.
The sample.
Right. When he told me to come back the Friday, it was me and my daughter, he told me to come back the Friday, so I came back the Friday down to get the results. He gave me a paper, he gave me the paper and I did reading, I see CA left breast. So CA is the cancer.
Oh my.
When I see that, I feel my heart leave them on my foot, but I don't really want my daughter to panic.
Yes.
And I don't really want to do the crying.
Right.
So I say, I pray, I say, Lord, give me the strength and so you ready for me to talk to you? I say, yes, doctor. But from the time I see that doctor, I fall in love with that doctor. I say, cute. So I know just seeing him and, I like him, that making me feel good, better.
Yes,
so when he started to explain
it made
to
you
me,
feel a little
yes,
settled
like
and relaxed.
right.
Yes.
So as he explaining to me and telling me, well, mommy, you have cancer of the breast, your left breast, and what you would like to do? I tell him what I would like to do is to meet my family,
And discuss it.
discuss it first, and then I'll come back. So he gave me 1 week to do that. When I go home, I talk to my family and everybody. And I foster children too, I have to talk to them.
You too?
I doing foster care for 20 years.
Really?
So I had to talk to those I had, because I would have to send them somewhere to live while I'm going to make the operation. So they went to chances, some of them, you know, some of them. So now, when I came back this Friday, he tell me, Mommy, what do you make up your mind to do? I say, well, I make up my mind, I'm going to take up the breast because I'm not a teenager. I go looking for people. Breast coming. He tell me, but Mommy, you married, you sure you want to take out the breast? I say, I'm taking out breast. If the hand have to come out, I'm taking out the hand. But everything have to come out, because what you doing if I can't solve, you know?
Yvonne, wait. Yvonne, wait. Did you have an option to just remove the lump, or did you have to remove the breast?
No, he says the cancer. Cancer of the breast.
Cancer
left
of the breast. What stage was it?
Well, when he first talked to me, he said it's stage 2.
Stage 2. Okay.
So I said, well, it's 2, 3, 9, I want to. I'm taking out all the breasts. So I didn't want to take out half of the breast for another thing to come back and another thing to come back. So I said, I'm taking out all the breasts. All under my arm, he take out from me everywhere. So I did the operation, and he tell me to go in on Wednesday, I cut in on Thursday. He took me last. All the other people going in, they coming out, I still there. Maybe spend about 4.5 hours in the theater. When I get up, I didn't see nobody by me. None of my children, so I started to call my children name and so. He was telling me, see, one is 11 o'clock, you know, all your children, all those that wait for when you come to theater. Plenty of people wait there. All my friends, they wait. They came from the morning and they stayed there till I came out from the theater.
So when you woke up, it was 11 o'clock at night?
In the night.
Yes.
I did my
And you waking up everybody that's there sleeping because you calling for your children.
I call him for my family, everybody of my friends.
Yes.
All people that was praying for me, Mr. Weeks, always by me, Mr. Weeks and his wife. Yeah, my daughter's friend, you know, Romain, all these people I was calling them. Anyway, I tell you, as though to me, I find that hand, the left hand, not doing nothing, so what's really going on? And they take a pain and everything. So she tell me, see when I come in just now, they come, they check it for me, they put down my hand and so on, and then I go to the bathroom. When I came back, they come and they give me an injection to go back and sleep because the pain was there.
It was painful.
The pain was more under the arm, not 20%. Yes. So I went for that.
You know, I'm happy the way you shared this story. You know what part that took me, Dorothea? I don't want people.
No, but at my age, I'm 60 years old.
But she was
on the 9th of October, give me 60 years. On the 11th of October, give me 10 years since I married her.
You're 60 years
60?
and you're
59.
50.
Yes.
No way.
Yes, I have my head on my head. I go through plenty of struggle, but I'm there still. A lot of struggle.
A lot of struggle.
And I help a lot of people.
Well, I mean, you just warmed my heart when you spoke about you being a foster parent.
For 20 years.
For 20 years.
I look after a lot of children.
You love children?
I have children and the elderly.
And the elderly. Oh my God, once you love children and the elderly, well, you already got child.
Yeah, that was the type of work I used to do.
Okay. Okay. So you woke up by that time next day, I guess by that time everybody was there, and you accepted the fact that you had lost your breast, and you just agreed life is going to go on from there.
Well, you see, once you have Jesus, life will go on. And you have the faith.
Spiritual.
You have the faith, you must have faith. You cannot just agree, I'm going to cut breasts. You have to have the faith because sometimes you cut the breast and you never come back home. You understand?
So there is that part as
well.
well.
You just have to have the faith. Always put God first. And then you're good to go. You don't God, you can't make it, you know. No matter what people say, they can have all the money in job. And you haven't got God with you, you won't make it. And you won't enjoy what you have. You must have Him first. And then all things will come.
All things will come.
So that is what that brings me. And my daughter Give me all the inspiration because no matter even it's a tablet I was going for, that child was.
She was there with you.
Yeah, when I was going for my chemo, she was there. I had to take 8 chemos.
So you did chemo as well?
Yes, I did chemo. I took the red one like the Kool-Aid. I don't want to drink Kool-Aid. Nothing that red, I don't want it. That was so bad. A red one.
It's terrible.
They put it in your vein.
Where you did your chemo?
In Dominica, in the hospital.
Oh, you too?
No, I didn't.
She went overseas.
Guadeloupe,
Yes,
yes.
but I did mine right here.
You did yours right here?
Yes. When the hurricane came, I had to go and get one, and they told me you have to go to Untitled, so but it never came to pass. They use a little room like that to give us the chemo 2
So you got diagnosed in what month?
April
April of 2017.
17.
And by soon after that you started chemo?
No, I operated in
The
May.
operation is first?
Yep.
Oh, the operation is first.
Some people they say taking the chemo first, but I did mine, cut on the breast and then take the chemo.
Yes.
Because you just didn't want that to
I
come
didn't
out.
want that to even go by my foot.
I
To
see.
just take it out.
Take it out.
Yes, so I did my operation first, and then I took my
How
chemo.
long after the operation you did the chemo?
Maybe about a month after I started taking the chemo, about that. And I used to take the red one. When I took the first one, now chemo I seen is like a drip. You know, you're taking your little drip and I don't feel no way when I was taking it. But when I reach home, I sit in outside, I just take my chemo, I sit down.
So you take the chemo and you go home?
Yes, it's a drip.
Okay.
Drip coming down. So I reach home, my daughter brought me home, when I reach home I sit down in the afternoon with them, everybody talking and thing. You know, all of a sudden I just find my whole body changing. So I say, just I go inside right now. I go inside.
Changing in what way? What were you feeling?
You're feeling you're going to vomit. You're feeling like your guts will come out. You're feeling your head spinning the wall. So something going wrong with your body. And then
Just a
when I
change.
see that, I say, why don't you go inside? So I go inside, I go lie down. And I go lie down because when I just have to run to the bathroom. Vomit, weak. I tell you, I won't give that to my worst enemy.
It's terrible.
It's bad. No matter what color you take, it's bad. They can even give blood through. It's bad, I tell you that. It's not nice. But I took 4. And the reason why I took 4 chemo is because we have a new oncologist that came from Cuba. So when he saw me the first time, he told me, I'm going to look at your notes. You know, when you go over the tests and everything you do. And when you come back for your next checkup, we will talk. So I go home and everything. All my tests and it was good.
Yes, go ahead.
All my tests and it was good.
That is correct.
So-
I'm Yvonne. Thank you.
When I see all my tests and them was good, I don't have nothing to worry about. Once the test comes good, you're feeling nice. Right. So when I came back for my next checkup, I met that same oncologist there, the Cuban oncologist. I don't know his name. And he said,
He was not cute one too.
woo, that one is a beauty too. So I'm making my break, you know, at the same time. You have to try something sometimes.
I agree.
So when I see him and so we get talking and so on, he tell me, I'm going to tell you some good news. So the nurses and then when they hear good news, it's about 2 or 3 of them there. They come
closer.
Because they know I telling them about that chemo the good. I took 4. So he telling me, Miss Yvonne, no more chemo.
Oh.
You are not going to Guyana for radiation. What do you think about that? I started to scream and jump and think all the people outside there saying, oh, that crazy person not there. So the nurses and them hugged me and everybody was happy for me.
So what was the reason why you didn't have to do more chemo?
Because I'm in stage 1, not
Okay.
3.
Okay.
The first oncologist, Dr. Malachi, said 3, first stage.
Okay.
But he told me my test was 0.1, 3 point whatever.
Whatever that means.
Yes. So he told me, you're not supposed to even take chemo.
Okay.
So that just gave me all the strength again, you know, and so on. And then I just catch up myself again.
Yes. You showed me the breast earlier.
Well, the breast, everybody see the breast already, eh?
So you just put it on display then, Yvonne?
No, I'm not putting it on display. I'm always on China like that. I never like clothes.
Oh.
So if you come to my home, you'll make me with breast outside. Sometimes people, when people pass, they're telling me, you see what, you don't have good clothes? What your husband saying about that? My husband have nothing to say about that. He's not raised outside now. He have nothing to say about that.
I have an aunt who is like that.
Yes, I don't like no clothes on me.
But naked, eh? She stays
And
in
the
the house, but
operation
naked.
there, all the bandage my daughter put on it for me and everything, and I have to stay like that because I cannot put clothes.
Right.
Yes. So up to now, when people come, they still see me in my one breast.
And that's okay.
Don't worry.
What about your husband and that whole process?
Well, I knew my husband long time, you know, since we were growing up young children. I was 13 and he was 15. But I used to go to St. Peter's in Benz and Zimi and locally she have in the St. Peter's.
Feast.
Right. So my mother used to send me with a lady they call Ma Willie. She making bread. She knows when used to make bread and cake. I don't even remember these people. Willie Bakery. So we used to go and sell the cake. So a young girl, you know, she bring me with her, so we spending the weekend up there. So I ended up meeting him in Benz. But you know, young children in those days, he wasn't looking about boyfriend, girlfriend, sorry, you know. Just friends, you know. And so he go his way, I myself checking my bags the other way. I happened to meet two children about a different person and everything. But one day in 1995, I came back home from Antigua. I was taking care of an elderly lady. Mary Junior Chance had sent me to work for her. So 5 years before when she died, Lady Winter. So
Lady Winter?
Yes. So when she died, I decided I'd come back home. So when I came back home, I went to work with Miss Charles. When I came back home, I got to prefer. I spent 5 years with her too. After I get another option, you know, you want to go further.
You move on to something else.
You move on, yes. So my husband I have now, when I came home in 95, and my sister was working in a gasoline station, Merlin. So he knew me, asked Merlin, where's Yvonne? Merlin tell him, Yvonne by my mother in River Street. And he didn't waste time because, you know, maybe he had got a girlfriend, he looking for people. So he run fast. He come and look for Yvonne in River Street. When he came, I still didn't really remember him too much for all those years and so it's when he tell me about his auntie and whatever. Then I remember where he coming from. So we don't make friends. I get a job in the hospital. The man coming in the hospital all 1 o'clock before 1 o'clock to wait for me. We going down together, we talking at that time we just friends. Then he start coming my mother home, sitting down and all those things there. And one day me and my sister had a war. We had a fight. One of my sisters. So when he came there, he told me you have a bad temper. So you must get your own little place. So he had a place in my home, he lived in 3 bedrooms. He told me, come and meet him there. He gave me 2 bedrooms and you take one. Now the 2 bedrooms and the 1 story now come up to husband and my story.
I like you all. Oh my God. You ladies are special.
That's how we end up staying together and everything. From there now, we moved to Fokole and then I called my dad and tell him, right now I'm in a little place where I can pay rent and this and that. And my daddy bought that also in that festival.
Yes, the same daddy.
Yes.
You had not known for how long?
Long, yes.
Yes.
So I went up there and then we got married in 2008.
2008. And how did he deal with the whole...
Well, he cannot deal with that now. That's what I know.
No?
Even when he come to the hospital to see me, my daughter and then would stay longer than me. Sometimes I throw it on him.
It was, don't. I guess he just probably just could not.
He just couldn't deal with it. And just seeing my condition when he come.
He could not deal with seeing you in that situation.
Yeah, and I believe he was crying a lot too.
I think so too.
He wasn't making me see him, but I believe he was crying a lot even when he see me. All the bandages and so.
It was breaking his heart.
Yeah, man.
That's what it was.
I know.
So don't hold it against him.
I know.
Yes, don't hold it. But how are you now? How are you now? Yes, like how are you now? Are you fine?
Oh, I'm fine now. I'm fine.
Just the arm.
Well, you know, as you operate with the arm, sometimes you can't lift up load with the hand. Sometimes I need stage 1 lift up maybe a bottle of water.
Yes.
Then you want to get the pain. There. Like what Dorothea said.
Yes.
And she did her leg breast like me.
Yes. You have 2 lefties.
Yes. So sometimes you're feeling want to shift a chair. Absent minded, you forget to shift the chair. Or for the night, maybe all night, everybody's sleeping, you're not sleeping.
Really?
Yes. It's a lot of pain.
So you still get a lot of pain?
Yes, according to what you do, you know, even when I go on the bus, some people maybe doesn't have the same eye. I hold the thing to go up on the bus sometime, you know. They use the wrong hand.
Yes, because
that happens to you as well?
They take out the glands and they because they won't leave the glands because they don't want it to get infected, you know. So they take it out.
So sometimes the hand, all right, but according to what you do, you will feel it. You give your pain. I guess we have to live with it. Yes.
But it doesn't make you feel any less of a woman, though, Yvonne.
No. You see how I get the 60 years?
No, but I still cannot believe that, though. I cannot believe you all are 59 and 60.
Yes.
That is very, very hard to believe.
Yes. I still have my baby face.
Your skin, yes.
Oh, the skin good. And I don't like to cream. My children always telling me that, and my foster children tell me I don't like to cream. No cream on me, but my skin looking nice, you know, still.
Before I come back to you, Dorothea, because just before we went to Yvonne, you hit me with something there, and we're going to come back to that in a while. But I want to talk to you, Yvonne, a bit about the fostering of children. What made you, want to start fostering children and taking care of children?
Well, when I was in Antigua, I said, when I come back home, I'm going to have a child. So I took my first child from the welfare division. I took the first one time, she 10, little girl. And then Mrs. Roach noticed that we have the child and so on. So when they haven't got nowhere to put a child, in those days, they don't really have places in Dominica for that, to put foster children. It's only now they have chances, So they would call me to tell me about the space and the space for the child. Some will stay for the weekend and then they maybe will get a place to put them, but some of them stay with me for a little while, a couple of years. Go to school and so on.
So they stay with you until they can probably get adopted or they get a home for them?
Those that didn't get, they stayed with me all 10 years and 9 years.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
But you don't have any more foster children now?
I have 2 boys now. The 2 brothers is with me.
You still have 2 boys?
Yeah, they were in chances. I told you I had to put them there for
But
me.
you took them back?
But they want to come back.
Oh.
They always used to come and visit me at home. And I used to tell them, no, I am going to leave you all because, I have my breasts. I took off my breasts and they'll hug me and thing, and when they go in, you can see they're so sad. They want to come back. So I tell them, well, give me a little break. Let me circle down my hand. And,
That you heal a bit?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they spend a year in chances. And then one day, Mrs. Roach talked to me and so on. I told her, I'll send them home next day.
Oh.
And the next day they came and they were with me now for a couple of months now.
So you have these 2 foster children?
2 brothers.
2 boys living with you?
They lived with me for 10 years.
And is that something that you want to continue doing? You're 60.
Yeah, I'm holding them.
You will hold these 2, but you're not going to take any more?
No.
No more?
No, I'm only taking more because I want to look nice and young.
Well, you're looking well, I will tell you that much.
And it's 2 boys.
You are looking good. But how does it feel to hear each other's stories, in
Well,
terms
it's good. We went to school together, but she was always the jep one. And it just happened, we happened to have the breast story together.
Yes.
And she was always the one that would stand up and say things and so she was always a movement girl.
No. I want to open up the lines and take some calls for you all, in case there's family, friends, people who want to call in and probably talk to you all. But before we do that, Dorothea, I have to come back to you. Before we went to Yvonne, you were sharing with us that you did some tests last week. What is the reason
I got the result last week.
You got the results last week?
I've been doing, after Maria, a certain time I decided to go.
Fix your mic for me, my darling.
I decided to go.
No, you can move it closer to you. It's alright. Oops. Okay, Kadisha will help you. We want to make sure that your mic is good. Yes.
Okay, after Maria, Maria passed and then we felt eating lots of thin stuff and whatever. which before Maria I was kind of eating healthier, you know, because after my mastectomy, I decided to change my diet. So I usually eat more raw foods. I used to put certain things, raw foods, in my NutriBullets and just drink it, you know. So I try my best to eat raw foods because a lot of people will tell you it's the way you eat why you get cancer, but I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't believe that at all. So after Maria, I decided when things start getting better, early this year, I decided I'm going to make a general checkup. So when I went,
check yourself.
I went, I did some blood tests, and when I went back for the result, the doctor told me that I have to do another blood test. He didn't tell me what's wrong, he just said me I have to do another blood test. So I went, I did
do that.
I did another blood test, and then he told me I had to do a mammogram and a chest scan. I went at Medicus, I did that, and when I went for the results, I've been making those tests like every 2 weeks, you know, or every few weeks. When I went for the result, he told me it seems that there's something in my lungs, you know, something unusual in my lungs. But he want me to do some more tests, and then I have to make a CT scan. So I did not want to wait to make another test and then do the CT scan. So I decided to go. I was advised to go to the hospital. I have a niece working in the hospital. When I told her about it, she made an appointment. And when I went, they still did some more tests and ultrasound. And the ultrasound shows that all my organs are okay. All my organs are okay. But they sent me to do a CT scan, and I did this CT scan like a month and a half ago. After I did this CT scan, I did not get the result. I went and spent some time with my son in St. Lucia because he has been asking me all the while. And when I came back from St. Lucia, we had our Feast of Tabernacles. So
because you were actually
yes, I was
supposed to be the program before.
Yes, but because I was out there,
Yes.
I could not make it. So I only got the results Friday, that just now. So because I haven't gotten to see the doctor until Friday. I'll be seeing the doctor. But they had already told me that there's something strange in my lungs. So I don't know what it is yet. I'm waiting on Friday.
Dorothea.
Yes, I'll be fine. What can I do? What can I do but just pray and depend on Almighty Yahweh, and He'll do the rest.
But are you feeling any...
No, I'm not feeling nothing. My lungs, nothing. I'm not having problem in breathing. Nothing is not hurting me. I haven't felt any change in my body for the past. I've been telling my children, but all the time when I'm preparing for independence, I usually do a lot of sewing for independence. Other times I would say I'm tired, but lately I haven't really been feeling tired. But I've been resting a little more, right?
Okay.
So that's still a good sign.
Being positive,
you know?
right?
Oh, I haven't put that on my mind, nothing negative.
And all is well. If there's anything, it's just something that can be dealt with, or whatever the case is.
Whatever it is, it will reverse, it will go back where it comes.
But you know what? You know you have to update us. I'm serious, you know. You see, we are now family.
Yes.
The people who are listening are family. The people who are viewing are family. People who now care about you and your well-being. And you know, we want to know what the result is. You know, so I would really appreciate it if you share with me. Either way, you will let me know if you want the listeners to know, or you may call in and give me an update or whatever the case is. But understand, once you step in here and these people out there are listening to you and are hearing you, you become their family. I have people meeting me almost on a daily basis asking me how is the young lady who was there 2 weeks ago, Chanel. And this is no joke. You know, I went to Dupini just a couple of days ago, and somebody came and asked me, how is the young lady? I went to the hairdresser, I was asked, how is the young lady? You know, so people get to know you and get to care about you and want to know about your well-being.
Yes.
Right? So they can pray for you more.
Especially the Cancer Society. Oh, they are big
Yes.
support.
Yeah.
They are a big support.
Yes.
They help also get your mind off
Mm-hmm.
whatever is happening to you. Because whenever you are around them, it's like, oh,
You feel happy.
You feel happy.
Yes.
So they've been there for the both of you.
Oh,
Yes.
for everybody that come. Everybody.
we've been having a lot of activities.
Yes.
Imagine we had done exercise in the garden some time ago.
Oh.
Yes.
There was a bit of that after the walk.
Yes.
And I did the walk, you know, I did. You know, I did Massac. I did from Massac to Roseau. I did the walk.
Okay.
You know, I've not walked in a while, okay. I mean, I probably really shouldn't be saying that, you know. I need to probably do a bit more of that, which is what my body said to me when I was done with that, because it took me like 3 days to recover.
Oh my God.
I actually felt it when I got to like by the port area.
Yes.
That's when I actually started to feel like, oh my God, I really cannot go any further.
And you didn't
But my
go
friend
further.
was with me, my colleague and very good friend.
Motivator.
He was there. He said, "You're not taking no ride. You're walking all the way to the Bayfront." And I did it. I did it at the time for Chanel because she was on the program the Monday night, and I really felt that I had to do it. She was my motivation, you know, to do it. She had 3 tumors in her back. I don't know if you all heard the program. A tumor in her head, you know, the breast cancer. She had a mastectomy, you know. So we feel connected to all of you, so connected. So we need to know. We need to know. I'm happy to hear that you're fine, Yvonne, and I'm happy to hear that you're also fine. But the results are going to be good. Okay, Dorothea?
Yes, yeah.
All right. We're going to see if we can take some calls for those ladies in there. I see somebody was asking for the WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is 2757565. That is the WhatsApp number. Oh my God, the lines are lighting up for you all already. Yeah. The numbers are 4493095, 4493096. 4493097, and the overseas number is 1305-432-9624. Those of you who are viewing via Facebook Live, we know we normally have a challenge there because in order for the guests to hear, sometimes I need to keep the mics open so they can communicate with the people on the line, and in that case, sometimes you don't get to hear, so please bear with us and forgive us for that. We're going to take some calls now. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Two very powerful testimonials coming from two very strong and exceptional women. Yvonne in particular is of Namorgate.
Yes. Yeah, that person know me good.
Apparently.
We won't. It's true, yes. Yes. Thank you.
For 20 years, and I've known some of the children. Sometimes at the past days to go to school, I go because then they snack on your way with me and they go back to and it is just so heartwarming to know that she has such a big heart to open her home and to dedicate her time to take care of those children. For some reason, did not bring herself to whatever situation they are in, but she recognized that they need help. And these are the kind of people in Dominic I really recognize and acknowledge and honor. And so tonight, myself, I just want to commend Yvonne and the other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
All right, thank you so much, caller, for your contribution. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Julie.
There's a sisterhood.
Yes, I
Nice.
did. Oh
Yes,
yes.
you're a survivor too, yes.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
that's good. Yes,
That's
thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, my dear. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
When I try in my neighbor, I get the strength. Yes.
I
Yes,
know
I
the
just
neighbor
said that. I said
too.
with my neighbor, yes. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Chanel, yes. I
Hmm.
know. I know. Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
good night too.
Hello, good evening. Good evening. Thank you.
Because Romain is a story. She's a motivator. She's a teacher. I listen to her telling, and I learn a lot from her. And to our media, she's a lion. And love you too. Love you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you for that so much. Hello. Oops. Hello, good evening. Uh-oh. Hello. Hello, good evening. Yes, good. Hello, go ahead. Hello. I can tell, man.
Karin, yes.
And I just want to tell them, continue doing the good work that they are doing, continue, be supporting each other, likewise giving, comforting words to their family. Because it's not easy having people go for cancer, seeing it through her, and even my aunt who is her sister who passed, and knowing of my grandmother who is my aunt's mother who passed of cancer, and even our cousin recently 2 years ago. So it's really hard, but I am thankful that they are there with us still, especially my aunt, and pray that they will continue going through it one day at a time.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
very
much. The numbers are 4493095, 4493096, 4493097. I'll read some of the WhatsApp messages in just a while, but let's take this one. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. I am well, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes.
Sister John, Dorothea.
Oh, from Fakudi. Yes. Yes.
Joseph from Kansas, and they were doing witches,
Oh,
teaching and peace. Do you recall that?
no. Yes, he does. Thank you. thank you.
Trying. Yeah, thank you.
Please do not call the phone. That's good evening. Yes, we are not hearing you. You're very, very low. Yes, go ahead.
Beverly. I know it's Beverly. I told her to sew.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Beverly. All right, my dear. Have a good evening. Okay. Hello, good evening. Hello. Yes.
Good evening.
This lady, of course, who has that roadside store in Rosa very well.
Yes.
Dorothea.
Particularly that one.
Oh yes, I do.
But you know, people like these two brave ladies you have there, two survivors for that. What I think is, you know, places like the hospital can do is use them, you know, to sort of cheer or even counsel people who are suffering from cancer, you know, and tell them exactly, or of course advise them and help them to, you know exactly what they can do to sort of be less stressed, you know, and to do exactly what they have to do. Because, you know, a lot of us, from the time we hear the doctor say, well, it's a big C. So it's not.
That's
I know, yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yes.
In a chance of this surviving and live for quite.
There is always hope. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your contribution. Hello, good evening. I am well, and you? Mr. Weeks.
Good night. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Funny without proof for that.
Oh my
Surely we got very close through our daughter Lionel, and more importantly too, as she said, she has been a foster care mom for over 20 years, and I'm sure that you have a good appreciation of my story. And
Indeed.
has been given. But I want to say that when the news broke out and when she told us, I can tell you, Father Inatelian, myself, religiously, practically every afternoon after work or in the evening, would God go in and pray with her and encourage her. And then many times, of course, fear gripped her, like anything else. But by faith, surely she was able to successfully go through it. And of course, her daughter and others, the prayer warriors around her. So, you know, life can be difficult, but I'm sure there is nothing that God cannot do. Everything is possible with Him, and the proper frame of mind and the courage. So the kind of courage that has been exhibited by both women is a true testimony to those, of course, who are cancer survivors, and of course, potentially, there are others who, because we're living in the world, who may well be victims of that, but positive attitude, of course, lifestyle as a part.
Oh no.
About our health, but our general attitude towards each other, so that we together can develop hope.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. God bless you too. Thank you. All right, let us take this one right here. Oh, boy. This one right here. Okay, not you, but probably. Oh. All right, there we go. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
My brother.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, my brother. Oh yes. Thank you. I didn't mean to. Oh.
Thank you. Of course, with the help of the Dominica Cancer Society.
Oh yes.
Yes. Oh,
Really?
okay. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. They are. I think these ladies gave so many people so much hope tonight.
Yes.
Yes. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye, my brother.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Impala. Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank
But
you.
no ice cream for them, right? Right. Okay, but I was saying no ice cream for them, right?
Yes, I have to
Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Hello, hello.
Hi, good night, Marina. Oh yes. Yes.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I'm doing that now. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Just a couple of WhatsApp messages coming in on 275-7565. That's the number I use for my program. The person says, Fedina, these women on the air are very strong. We're a state disaster team, send our love, and we will always be there for her. She was also a team member, great community worker. That's coming from Gloria Walsh. So that's Gloria Walsh right there. Somebody says, I'm listening, but I had to take a break though. It's tough to listen to another amazing program. Somebody says, hi Dorothea, that's your longtime friend, Vina. When I heard you, may the Almighty bless you all. Hi there, Glenn Esprit in Maryland. As usual, I'm inspired by your program. Don't forget to archive those programs down the line. Thank you. Yes, I certainly will. Somebody says, great program as always, and praying for the ladies. Yvonne makes some good bakes and tamarind juice. Yes, let me see. Yes, so a couple of messages coming in there. I think this one was from last week. But I'll just read it all the same. The person said, greetings once again, Miss Frampton, another powerful program again today. And so I want to give thanks to you for your work. It was a pleasure listening to Mr. Lawrence tonight, which would have been last week Monday, informing and educating the people of Dominica on our arts and culture. I may live out of Dominica, but just like Mr. Lawrence, It is the love of culture, music, and people of Dominica is what keeps me bonded to the homeland. I wish for you all that you wish for yourself and hope that you continue to shine the light on everyone who has and continues to serve our country. Have a good night and safe travels as you make your way home. So that was a message from last week that I may have missed out on. Let's see if we can take this call. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello.
Good evening. Pardon me? No, I wasn't selling. I used to cook for the children.
Oh.
And in grammar school. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Just getting some of the theme music there. Oh my God, you all have so much. There are indeed fighters. But guess what? They've won the battle so far. And Dorothea is going to win that other battle as well. Absolutely. We have to start getting ready to wrap things up on the program. And I wish people would stop calling my actual other number program, the live of the program. You can get to talk to me after the show if you need to. If you need otherwise, you can WhatsApp on the other number, which is 275-7565. We're going to take this last call for you ladies, and then we're going to get our final comments so we can wrap up the program tonight. Hello, good evening. You are our final caller for tonight. Good evening. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Yes. Oh, yes, I know that. Yes. Oh, I know that.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And I think it's a nice note in terms of our final caller.
Oh, yes.
I mean, everybody else was inspirational, but thank you for that, my dear. Just a couple of other messages quickly. We have good evening and thanks for yet another most inspirational program. To the ladies, you are both rather awesome and you have made not just your family and your friends proud, but especially your Dominica Cancer Society family. Thanks for being true rocks of courage and strength. Much love, and that's from Nurse Samuel.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And somebody else says, good night first. Great show indeed. I am so blessed by these two wonderful and amazing ladies, Dorothea and Yvonne. Indeed, Yahweh is their strength and comfort. They have such great personalities. I think so too. Have a blessed night. Indeed inspired. My name is Francisca. So Francisca, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. So you see, ladies, I think you all tonight have been examples of what true inner strength is,
Yes.
of what courage is. I mean, when you said you just tell them, take it out.
Yeah.
Yvonne says, just take it out. You know, Dorothea says, you know, it's now I'm young, you know. You know, now I have life in
Yes,
me.
of course.
You know,
You
so
can't give up.
it is not a death sentence.
No way, no way, no way.
And early detection seems to be the
That's
message
right.
here tonight.
That's right. Yes.
You took about a month, but within that time you just wanted to observe a bit, but then within that time you were on your move. You felt it next day. No
Within couple days,
appointment,
no.
but you gone to
Movement,
check.
yeah. You have to
Movements
move quick.
on.
You have to move quick.
What is the message that you want to leave, each of you want to leave tonight with our audience?
Well, I want to say to the audience that you should always check yourself. Please don't take life for granted. Because when we are young, we feel we are strong. And whenever age start hitting on us, whenever we reach 40, that's when things start happening. You're feeling changes in your body. Some people start feeling their bones aching, who's balling freddy, and all kind of your knees hurting you. You're not as young as when you were 18, 20, 30 years. So never take life for granted. And always remember to serve Yahweh the Creator, because He is like a bank book. You know, for that now, like when you put money on your account, whenever you need it, when you broke, you go into that bank account and you withdraw it.
Right.
Well, that's the way they have to have the Creator. So whenever something happened to you, He is your bank account. You can go to Him with faith and just withdraw, and everything will be okay.
Wow. What about you, Yvonne?
Well, Dorothea said so much already that I was going to say.
That's all right.
But,
Say, repeat it then.
What I would like to say out there, put God first, and everything else will come or go.
That's right. Come on,
It's
go.
either it come or it go. And never give up. And in case you see a little pimple on your face, don't burst it. Go to the doctor's office. You don't have money to pay a private doctor, we have the clinics and then there. Go to the clinic and tell him this, so the doctor, you saw that there yesterday, you want to find out, so they send you for a test early. Because sometimes one that is there, cancer that is there. And we burst it and the face coming big. So we don't take much of chances now. Now that we know about cancer and what it can do and so on, is put yourself outside early.
Early detection.
You understand? And what I would like them to do too is to join the Cancer Society. It's a good place to sit down and listen and learn, because we're having people giving us talks, you know, come and give us different talks and so lectures. So join it, whether you have cancer or not, come and join it, because we never know the time and the hour. And the women out there, I know they like to have nice breasts, because I have one that is not full. They like their nice breasts to be upright, but it's not all the time you can have it upright.
Yes.
So go and check your breast early. Men, check your breast too, because you can get cancer of the breast. And go and check the prostrate and whatever.
Always do that checkup.
Always do your checkup. Some people don't like to go to doctor, only when they start to feel pain. But don't wait for the pain. You go now for now, everything will be over. Everything will be nice. And you live your life nice. Because now I make up my mind to live my life nice at 60.
At 60s, now you're young.
No, now I know. I'm not cutting my hair again because the chemo finished. I'm not bald headed again.
I like it though.
I'm making my hair grow with my afro. And you'll see me again.
I'll see you again.
And one day when you see me again, you're going to say, that's not the same.
I have to make sure that I get your numbers from the other Yvonne. You know, well, Kadisha should have your numbers. I should have your numbers, yes. You know, I just want to be able to at least touch
We will
base.
keep in touch.
Just let me know how you all are doing. You know, I know I'm a very busy person, but I wouldn't be too busy just to at least get a phone call or make a phone call to say, but Dorothea, how are you now? You know, that kind of thing. You know, that kind of thing.
And I'm taking a lot of vegetables because my sister
Yes.
Claudette is buying it every Saturday. For
That's
me.
good.
She making sure she send my vegetables
That
for me,
is
and I would
good.
like to thank her for that.
Yes.
And I don't want to call too much of names, so
Yes.
I just want to tell everybody that was there from the day one I said I had the cancer of the breast. They stood up with me and so on. And God bless everybody. And
God
you
bless
yourself,
all of you.
love to you.
I love you all. I
Thanks.
mean, you all are just amazing women.
Yeah, strong.
You have to aspire to be like women like yourself.
Somebody has to be strong.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't give up. If you give up, you're dead already.
Yeah, but Jay, some of us need to learn that.
Yes, we.
My lovely ladies in the spotlight tonight, Mrs. Yvonne Williams and Mrs. Dorothea Romain. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it was good to be
Ladies,
here.
it was my pleasure. I know it was the pleasure. We cried at times.
I know.
We laughed a lot as
Yes.
well. We laughed a lot as
Yes.
well, which is a good thing.
Yes.
You know, so thank God for that and thank God for you. And you know, somebody mentioned that probably you should be used to be a source of courage and motivation
Yes,
and counseling even to some extent to others who may go through what you have been through.
Yes.
And I think that you all should take on that challenge and try
I
your
would
best to
love
help
that.
others.
Yeah, of course,
I think it's
I
going
love
to be
that.
important. Thank you, ladies.
No problem.
Love you all to the
Yeah, me
max.
too, yes.
All
And thanks for the
right.
opportunity.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
And on that note, we wrap up the In the Spotlight radio show for tonight. We do not have any more cancer stories for the month unless push comes to shove. And I don't think we've confirmed yet for the 30th, but we'll see how that goes. But next week, Monday, another lady will be here. A very cultural lady, Pearl Christian, is going to be here next week, Monday. I look forward to that as well. What a lovely program tonight, ladies.
It was wonderful.
I'll see you all around.
Oh, yes,
I promise
you
you.
will.
Yes.
You will.
All right.
We'll see,
You're
we'll
telling
see.
me you will. That's a wrap on tonight's program. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you to everyone who contributed. Thank you, Kadisha, for your support in getting those ladies ready for being here tonight. Thank you to Innovate Multimedia. Thank you to Q95. Thank you to everyone who support us and who listen to the program or view via Facebook every Monday night that we're here. You know, I just pray God continues to give me the strength to be able to be here, Kadisha, the ability to support, and the guests to be willing to come on the program and to share their stories. I am getting quite a bit more inquiries now than even before. So thank you for having an interest as well on being on the program and being willing to share your story, those who have reached out and who are willing to do so. So we will be back here next week, Monday. God willing. Today was Flag Day in Dominica,
Nice.
and we continue to prepare for our independence celebrations. 40 years as an independent
That's
state.
my daughter's age.
Yes. That's a wrap for tonight. Until next time, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.